So, what is up, guys? Back here again. Yes, I'm recording a video at my house, but there's a reason for that. There is a legitimate reason why I'm recording a video at home right now. Well, see this hat? You guys probably don't know the significance of this hat, but there's a lot of hard work built into this hat. You want to see something else too? Obviously, I can't show you the whole thing. Look what that says, if you can read it. Commercial driver's license. I got it, guys. I got my CDL. I am officially a truck driver. I mean, well, from the standpoint of getting my CDL. I have completed the CRST training program. I passed it on my first try too. That's what the significance of this hat means. It basically says that there's two different hats you can get when you're going through the program. You have 1 week of schooling, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You work 7 days a week, and then that next week you do your testing. Well, I did my pre-trip inspection Wednesday. Actually, I want to smoke a whole cigarette. I did my pre-trip inspection Wednesday. I did my backing, which is my 90-degree back, my offset back, and my straight line back. I did that Thursday. And then yesterday, I did my drive test with the DOT, and I passed on my first time too. So I got this fancy dancy white hat, signifying that I passed right away. I'm actually really happy about it. A lot of hard work, a lot of shit. I mean, a lot of studying, a lot of mentally preparing myself for this. I mean, and I've finally accomplished it. I have. I mean, I finally got my CDL, guys. I officially have my CDL license, Class A. It's awesome. I love it. I'm home right now because I don't start orientation with CRST until Monday morning, so I'm going to come home for the last 2 days that I have. It's Saturday. And then I go out my 28 days with my lead driver, hopefully Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, guys, I'm officially graduated. I have my CDL. I've accomplished all this. I'm a Class A driver. I can drive a semi-truck with a tractor trailer. I mean, I graduated. And it was hard. It really was. It was difficult, but it was really rewarding. It taught me a lot. I've learned a lot in this process. These last few weeks that I've been at CRST, I've learned a lot. CRST is not the best company out there, but for me specifically, it works. It taught me a lot of things that I didn't know. It made me think in a different way about driving. And now I can actually get out and explore the United States, drive, make money, provide for my family. I basically feel like I'm doing something good in my life right now, and I feel like I found that little thing that makes me basically like the military again. I'm excited. I really am. So after all this is said and done, you guys are probably wondering, would I recommend CRST training program? Their 10-month contract, getting your CDL, basically all that, permit, license, training academy, blah blah blah. And it's a yes and no answer. Cedar Rapids, Iowa is where I went. I went through the NATA program, the North America Drivers Training Academy. Obviously, you can see on my hat. I went through their school for the CDL program, and it's a fast-paced program, guys. I mean, if you're looking to become a truck driver and you want to come to CRST and you want to come to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, just know that this is an accelerated program. This is fast-paced, fast motion. You learn now. It's not, you don't have time to wait around. I mean, one guy, unfortunately, one of my friends, he got kicked out of this training program because he couldn't pack his backing, and he did it 6 times in a row. And it was unfortunate, but they're letting him go, and he's leaving today. There's been multiple people who've been kicked out so far because they couldn't pass, because this is a fast-paced program, and if you don't have that type of mentality, you don't have that ability to pick up information fast, you can't study, then no, I wouldn't recommend this program. I would recommend that you go to a community college, or you go to a schooling that provides you with like a 6, 8, 12-week program, and that you can learn at your own pace, you can take your time, you can do all that and get your CDL at your own time. But if you're looking for high-speed movement, you're looking to start making money instantly, you're looking for a program that you can have your CDL in less than 3 weeks, I mean, I'm living proof of that right now, guys. I really am. I mean, 3 weeks ago, I never would have thought I would have my CDL right now. I never would have thought that. And it's opened up a lot of doors right now. A lot of possibilities have opened up for me. So if you do want to come to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, come to the CRST training program, and you think that you can handle the fast-paced movement of this program, then yes, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you come into this program and you do your time, study your ass off, work your hardest, fucking don't bullshit around, don't go back to the dorms after school and fucking sit around and do nothing. I mean, like the pre-trip, I mean, I wish I had my paper with me, but there's so many things you have to learn with that, and I will give you guys an example. So when you're going and taking your pre-trip inspection with the DOT officer, everything that I'm saying right now is accurate, and everything that I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to say it word for word, of what you have to say to the DOT officer. And this is just one little part of it, of what you have to do. So just give me a second. So I'll explain how the pre-trip goes, right? Pre-trip inspection consists of the in-cab, and it consists of the coupling. In-cab is basically inside the truck, checking all the gauges, blah, blah, blah. Then you have your coupling system, your 8-ring, your kingpin, your locking jaws, your fifth wheel, your skid plate, your platform, your safety latch. And then once you've passed that, and you've got 100% on that, then you move on to either Form A, B, or C. Form A consists of the headlights to the front of the engine, so it consists of like the alternator, the water pump, the air compressor, the steering linkage, which is the steering arm, pitman arm, drag link, steering shaft, pitman arm, drag link, steering arm, and tie rod. You have to do your suspension, which is your shocks, your springs, your shock mounts, your spring mounts, something like that. And then you got to do your brakes, brake chamber, push rod, slack adjuster, brake chamber, and then you got to do your tires, obviously, your tires, your rims, your lug nuts, your hub oil seal, your hub oil cap, blah, blah, blah. So, and that's just Form A. Then you got Form B, consists of the back of the trailer from the door all the way to the like the coupling system, and then Form C is basically the trailer itself. So I'm going to go over the in-cab right now. I'm going to tell you how the DOT officer wants you said, word for word. So this is how it goes, right? I'm going to get in my truck. DOT officer, I hand them my permit and my ID. They write all the information down. I sign my name, and they're like, all right, start whenever you want to. So start with my safety belt. My safety belt is securely mounted. It's not ripped, torn, or frayed. It latches and unlatches properly. Now I'm going to do my emergency equipment. I got my fire extinguisher, which is securely mounted. It is fully charged. Then I got my 3 reflective triangles that are in my passenger side box. Then I got spare fuses for all circuits that require fuses unless equipped with a circuit breaker. And then I'm going to move on to a safe start. My safe start consists of, I'm going to put my foot all the way to the clutch. I'm going to put the transmission into neutral. I'm going to turn the key to the on position, waiting for all the gauges to cycle. Once all the gauges have cycled, I'm going to turn the engine over until the engine starts. Then I'm going to slowly release the clutch until reaching idling speeds. Then now I'm going to move on to my gauges. I'm going to move on to my oil gauge. It rises the operational level. The warning light is off. I'm going to move my temperature gauge. My temperature gauge rises the operational level. The warning light is off as well. Now I'm going to move over to my ampemeter and voltmeter. My ampemeter and voltmeter rises the operational level is between the 12 to 14 volts. Now I'm going to move on to my air supply gauge. My air supply gauge rises the operational level is between 90 to 120 psi, and the warning light is off. Now I'm going to move on to my city horn and my air horn. 1 second. Yes.
Is this formula in here?
Yes. Time. Get the fuck down. Go.
He's already peed.
Just wait, guys. Tiny. Oh, come on. Milo, go. Get out.
No, Milo.
Shut the door too. Sorry for the distraction. It's whatever. Now I'm going to, where was I at? I was at the city horn and the air horn. My city horn and my air horn, this is verbally only, they work properly because I can't use them on the yard. Now I'm going to move on to my mirrors and then my windshield. My windshield is securely mounted, it's not cracked, bent, or missing. They are all clear. Sorry, flustered. My mirrors are securely mounted to the door. My windshield is securely mounted, not cracked, cut, or missing. It is clear and nothing is blocking the driver's view. Now I'm going to move on to my heater and defroster. My heater and defroster, they are they all work properly, all speeds work, and nothing is blocking the airflow. So you put your hand over the top, make sure there's nothing blocking the airflow, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going to move on to my light indicators. My left turn signal works, my right turn signal works, my low beams and high beams work, and my four-way flashers work. Now I'm going to move on to my tug test. My tug test consists of, I'm going to put the truck into first gear. I'm going to put my foot on the clutch. I'm going to set the red tractor brakes, and then I'm going to slowly release the clutch until I feel full resistance. Once I felt full resistance, I'm going to pull out the tractor red knob, and then I'm going to do my trailer brakes. I'm going to push the trailer button in, and then I'm going to slowly release the clutch, feeling full resistance. Once I felt full resistance, I'm going to reset, as meaning pulling out my trailer brakes. Now I'm going to move on to my ABS, and I'm going to turn the engine off, and I'm going to do my ABS and brake check. I'm going at approximately 5 miles per hour. I'm going to apply the service brakes. Once I apply the service brakes, I'm going to make sure that the brakes work properly, the vehicle's not turning to one side or the other, and the ABS light is off. Now I'm going to do my air supply gauge test. I'm going to with the engine off, I'm going to turn the key into the on position. I'm going to make sure I don't start the engine. I'm going to pull out both tractor and trailer brakes. The moment I do that, I should expect to lose 10 to 15 psi drop immediately. Now I'm going to make sure that I lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Should I count or should I continue? More than likely they'll say continue, guys. And then now I'm going to apply my service brakes. I'm going to apply the service brakes, and I'm going to make sure I lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute. So I apply the brakes, and I will say, should I count or should I continue? More than likely, like I said, we'll say continue, but for purposes, I'm going to say it anyway. And now I'm going to start pumping and fanning the brakes. Once I start pumping and fanning the brakes at about approximately 60 psi, a warning light indicator or buzzard will appear. Then I'm going to continue to pump and fan the brakes until 20 to 40 psi, at which time the service brakes will set. At which time now I'm going to start pumping and fanning the brakes. Now I'm going to start pushing them, and light indicator will come on, and then the service brakes will set. And then that's just in cab. And then you got to go over the coupling, which I'm not going to go over, and then whatever form, blah blah blah. But that's just basically how you have to say these things to the DOT officer. It's not no half-ass type of shit. You have to say everything word for word. This is what they ask for, is what you're going to do, and you're going to say these things to them. And it's a lot. It really is, guys. It's a lot, but it's definitely worth it if you study your ass off. If you go out to the boneyard there's like 2 trucks out there, and I would go out there at about 8 o'clock and then be done about 9. I'd go out there every night and I'd study on the truck, and then basically just imprinting this pre-trip into my head. And then after all of it, if you end up passing the pre-trip inspection, then you move on to the backing test, which I fucking sucked at the backing, but I still passed. First you have to do a 90-degree back, which is basically you go to the first carousel, you pull all the way up, or the second carousel, pull all the way up, and then you got to pivot, and then you gotta push, and then you gotta, there's a lot of shit involved with it, blah blah blah. Pivot meaning right, push meaning left, and then you have to do your straight back, which is you pull, go all the way around, and you pull up, and then you gotta back through the cones, back all the way back. And then once you do that, you pull it forward for your offset. Then you got to angle your trailer into the right carousel from your left. And then once you do that, you pass. If you pass that right away, then you move on to your driving test. Your drive test basically consists of driving, making sure that you're not impeding traffic, making sure that you're not coasting, like holding the clutch in when you're coming to a stop. You're not, basically just bullshit stuff that you should know. But then once you do that, I mean, once you pass, like I did, like I said, they gave me, I went to the office, they said, all right, congratulations, you have passed. Here's your orange slip, taking it to the DMV. CRST is going to cover the cost of your CDL. Now, I get that orange slip, say goodbye to everyone, everybody congratulates me, saying how good I did, blah, blah, blah. And then I went to the DMV, got my license, went back, and then I came home. So, now I start orientation Monday. I got to do 3 days of that. That's basically doing all my hiring paperwork, my W-2s, W-4s, getting my Qualcomm, getting my logs set up, getting my lead driver, basically getting me a bunch of information about what CRST is all about. And then after that, I go out with 28 days with a lead driver. I spend 28 days on the road, traveling the United States, doing loads across the country. Basically, it's a grace period that he's testing me. Can I drive in the mountains? Can I shift properly? Blah, 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 blah. And then once I do that, then I move on to 2 weeks with my co-driver, which is I've already picked out my co-driver. And then we get our own truck. We do 2 weeks together. And then if we work out together, then after the 2 weeks, I come home for 5 days. And then from there, I'll go 28 days out on the road, 4 days back, and I do that for the next 10 months. Oh, she doesn't know that because she's here. But I forgot to mention, okay, you know, or most people think that the tuition, the $6,500, that you paid that back over the time of your 10 months. No, you don't pay that back at all. Basically, the $6,500 is saying if you spend 10 months with CRST, you don't have to pay any of that back. So during the 10 months, you're not paying for that at all. You're not paying that back at all. It's just saying that if you do your 10 months, you won't owe any money to us. That's basically all it is. So you're not getting, so the only money that's getting taken out of your paycheck every week is the hotel cost, the food that they provided, the drug screening, the physical, and basically my recruiter, we calculated it up. I'd be paying for about 4 months because it came out to like $700 out of all of it, and I'd pay 4 months of it, and then after that, I don't owe any money to CRST. I just have to fulfill my 10-month contract, and then I won't owe them any money. So, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that I had to pay them back over the 10 months, but no, you don't pay them anything. You just pay for the lodging and all that bullshit. So we're at 18 minutes. Okay, I'll probably just end this video here, guys. Like I said, what I recommend CRST to the people, yes and no. Like I said, yes to the people who are high speed and want to move at an accelerated pace, prepared for a bunch of line, for a bunch of bullshit, hard work, dedication, and sweat and tears. But if you can't handle that type of lifestyle where you're going to get your CDL in 3 weeks and you don't think that you're capable of going that fast, then no, I don't recommend it to anybody. But I'll catch you guys later. My next video will probably be after orientation, and I'll tell you where I'm going to be going, who am I going to be going with, blah blah blah. But that's pretty much it, guys. As always, peace. I'll talk to you later. Catch me on the next video. Bye.